In the heart of the galaxy, a giant station floats in the dark space. Its name is the Celestial Hall, home of the Galactic Council. Inside the hall, 12 great species gather, each one older and wiser than human civilization. Their faces are calm, but their eyes are full of fear. The humans have grown too strong, too fast. Chairman Valor of the Serac Empire opens the meeting. His voice is cold and slow. He says the humans have expanded beyond their limits. They have colonized 47 worlds in less than a century. They have built ships that even the ancient races cannot match. The humans are not asking for permission anymore. They are moving like they own the stars. A tall alien with crystal skin speaks next. She says the humans must be stopped before they bring chaos to the galaxy. Others agree. Some show images of human soldiers defeating older empires. Some show data about their AI systems, their warships, and their fearless nature. One voice rises above all. Elder Kieran, the oldest member, says that humans are dangerous because they are unpredictable. When they are attacked, they do not surrender. They fight until the last breath. The room grows quiet. Every council member knows what that means. The humans cannot be controlled by words or treaties. They only understand strength. Chairman Valor leans forward and says one final sentence. If humanity will not bow, then humanity must be broken. No one answers at first. Then slowly, one by one, the members nod. A secret vote begins. 12 hands rise. The decision is made. Operation Silence has begun. Far away on Earth, people live their normal lives. Children laugh, workers build, scientists explore new worlds. Humanity believes the galaxy is finally at peace. They do not know that the Council has decided their fate. In the shadows of deep space, strange ships start to move. They carry no flags. They send no signals. These ships travel fast and quiet. Their mission is simple. Destroy human colonies and erase the evidence. The first target is Mars. At the Mars colony, Commander Reyes watches the stars from the observation deck. Suddenly the radar lights up. Dozens of unknown ships appear. They are moving fast, coming from all sides. Reyes calls for defense, but before he can finish, the first blast hits. The sky burns red. Explosions tear through the colony. Alarms echo across every dome. Soldiers run to their stations. Families scream as the oxygen systems fail. Reyes sends a distress signal to Earth. His voice shakes, but he does not stop. This is Mars Base Alpha. We are under attack. Unknown ships, advanced weapons. Requesting backup now. Then static fills the channel. The transmission cuts off. On Earth, the signal reaches the United Earth Defense Command. Generals rush into the war room. They try to make contact again, but there is no response. The last image they receive is fire across the Martian horizon. Within minutes, Mars goes silent. Panic spreads. Other colonies try to call Mars, but all channels are dead. Then reports start coming in. A mining colony near Jupiter disappears. A research base near Alpha Centauri loses power. A transport ship vanishes without a trace. Every incident happens within hours of each other. At the same time, the Galactic Council holds another secret meeting. Chairman Vela reports success. The human colonies are gone. The mission is complete. The others praise his work. They believe humanity will be too afraid to fight back. They think Earth will accept the loss and stay quiet. But one member does not agree. Elder Kieran looks around the table. He warns them that they have made a mistake. He says humanity's strength is not in their ships or weapons, but in their spirit. He reminds them of ancient wars, where humans fought until nothing was left standing. The others laugh and call him a fool. Valar ends the meeting and says the Council will now watch and wait. Back on Earth, silence covers the control center. Technicians replay the last signal from Mars again and again. Then out of nowhere, a faint transmission appears. The voice is broken and weak. It is Commander Reyes. Static cuts through his words, but one sentence is clear. It was the Council. They did this. The signal ends. Everyone in the command room freezes. The room feels cold and heavy. They replay the message again, hoping they heard wrong. But it is clear. The Council attacked. Within hours, the news spreads across Earth. Anger grows. People gather in the streets demanding answers. The president calls for an emergency meeting with the military leaders. They know what this means. If the council wanted to end humanity, they have just awakened something far worse. The council thought humans would fear them, but fear is not what they created. They have lit a fire that will not stop burning. As night falls over Earth, the sky is quiet. But deep in the dark, inside hidden bases and secret labs, the humans begin to prepare. They start gathering data, building fleets, and activating old war programs. One name appears again and again on their screens. Project Titanus, the sleeping giant of humanity, is about to wake. And the galaxy is not ready for what comes next. The message from Mars spreads like wildfire. Every human city feels the same shock. Every screen shows the same final transmission. The words of Commander Reyes echo across the planet. It was the Council. They did this. The United Earth Defense Command goes into lockdown. The President of Earth, Elena Drake, calls an emergency meeting with the Joint Space Fleet. Generals, admirals, and scientists fill the room. The air is heavy. No one speaks for a moment. Then the President stands and looks at the giant screen showing the destroyed Mars colony. Her voice is calm but filled with fury. She says this was not war. This was murder. Admiral Cole reports that 12 colonies have gone silent. Every one of them attacked in the same way. The attackers used weapons that matched Council design. There is no doubt anymore. The Galactic Council has crossed the line. The Council's message is clear. They wanted to scare humanity. They wanted to remind humans that they are still small in a galaxy of giants. But they forgot one truth about humans. When humans are cornered, they fight harder. The President orders full mobilization. Every ship, every soldier, every pilot is called back to duty. The United Earth Alliance fleet begins to form. Massive hangars open under the oceans and in orbit. Thousands of workers rush to arm the fleet. Engineers wake up old machines that have slept for decades. Among them is the Titanus project, a massive AI-controlled warship hidden deep under the lunar surface. It was built during the old wars and sealed away because it was considered too powerful. Now it is being awakened. In the command room, scientists activate the core. The lights flicker. The ground shakes as the machine awakens. A deep metallic voice fills the air. System online. Identify threat. The scientists look at each other. Then the chief engineer answers. The threat is the Galactic Council. The AI pauses for a second. Then it replies, permission to unleash fury. The words send chills across the room. The AI is not just a machine. It was built to think, to feel, and to defend humanity at any cost. The President approves the activation. Titanus becomes the flagship of the fleet. Meanwhile, news of humanity's rage reaches other races. Some watch in fear, others in silence. They have seen humans fight before, but never like this. Rumors spread that humans are building something beyond understanding. A weapon that can erase fleets in seconds. The Council gathers once again in the Celestial Hall. Chairman Valar smiles. He believes the humans will shout and threaten but do nothing. He says they will talk about peace, send messages, and then accept their defeat. Elder Kieran stays quiet. He knows better. He knows the storm is coming. Back on Earth, fleets begin to move. Giant carriers rise into the sky, leaving trails of light behind. Soldiers say goodbye to their families, unsure if they will return. Young pilots stand in line, their faces filled with anger and pride. The anthem of Earth plays through every channel. Humanity is not just preparing for war. Humanity is preparing for revenge. Inside the Titanus, the AI connects to every ship. It speaks through the intercom, its voice steady and cold. This is the voice of Titanus. The Council thought we would break. They thought we would run. They were wrong. Humanity does not surrender. The words spread through every ship, every soldier, every heart. The fleet forms above Earth. Thousands of ships stand ready, glowing like stars. The people below watch the sky and cheer. For the first time, the entire human race stands united. The President gives her final speech before launch. She says humanity never wanted war, but war has come to them. She says peace was their gift, but fury will be their answer. The soldiers salute. Engines roar. The fleet begins its jump to Council space. As the ships enter hyperspace, the stars stretch into bright lines. The first wave of vengeance has begun. On the other side of the galaxy, the Council still believes humans are too weak to fight them. They sit in their golden chambers and laugh at the idea of humans attacking the mighty Council worlds. But their laughter fades when their sensors detect something entering their border space. Thousands of ships, moving fast, moving straight toward them. Admiral Varren of the Council fleet orders his men to stand down, thinking it is a bluff. But then a message appears on every communication channel. A single sentence. You cross the line. The Council ships prepare for battle, but they are too late. Humanity's fleet arrives with precision and fury. The first salvo hits like thunder. Explosions ripple through the dark. The humans strike without mercy. The battle lasts only minutes. The Council fleet breaks apart. Their ships burn and vanish into silence. The humans do not celebrate. They do not cheer. They move to the next target. In the Celestial Hall, alarms echo for the first time in centuries. Vala watches the reports with disbelief. He shouts that this cannot be possible, that no human fleet could reach them so fast. But Elder Kieran only says one thing. You should have listened. They do not fear death. They only fear losing their honor. The war has begun. As Titanus leads the fleet deeper into enemy space, its AI sends one last transmission to Earth. Phase 1 complete. Justice has begun. The humans have answered. And the galaxy will never be the same again. The human fleet moves like a storm through the stars. Thousands of ships glide in perfect formation. Their engines glow blue against the darkness. The symbol of Earth burns bright on every hull. The message is clear. Humanity is coming. Titanus leads the charge. Its massive frame cuts through space like a blade. The AI controls every movement with cold precision. Inside the command bridge, Captain Aidan Cross stands beside the control core. He listens to the deep metallic voice of Titanus as it reports. Enemy detection range confirmed. Target located. Delta Prime Research Station. Council territory. The Council believed Delta Prime was safe. It was far from the borders, hidden in a quiet system. Scientists there studied human DNA and technology that the Council had secretly stolen. They had no idea that their secret would bring death to their doorstep. As the human fleet approaches, sensors on Delta Prime light up. The station commander, a thin alien with silver skin, stares at the screen in disbelief. Hundreds of ships are entering their space. He shouts orders to activate defense shields, but before the systems respond, the first human message arrives. It is short and cold. You cross the line. Then the attack begins. Human ships open fire in perfect rhythm. Blue plasma streaks across the void, cutting through the Council defenses. The outer shields of the station collapse within seconds. Explosions bloom like fire across the surface. The Council ships guarding the base scramble to respond, but the humans move faster. Every shot is precise. Every move is calculated. Inside Titanus, Captain Cross watches the destruction through the main display. He feels the ship vibrate with power. Titanus speaks again. Target integrity at 40%. Requesting permission to finish the task, Cross gives the order. Do it. Titanus charges its main weapon. Energy gathers along its core. The AI counts down in a calm voice. When it fires, the light is brighter than a sun. The beam tears through the station, splitting it apart. The explosion covers the sky. The first major Council facility falls in less than 20 minutes. Across the galaxy, news spreads faster than light. The Council worlds go silent. None of them expected the humans to strike first, and no one expected them to win so easily. Alien citizens watch in fear as human broadcasts flood their networks. They see the destroyed Delta Prime station. They hear the same message repeated again and again. We are humanity. We remember. On Earth, people cheer. The images of the burning station fill every screen. The faces of fallen soldiers from Mars and the lost colonies appear beside it. Humanity calls it justice, not revenge. The President of Earth speaks to the people. Her voice is strong and proud. She says the first blow has been delivered. She says the Council will now know what it feels like to lose. But not everyone celebrates. In a quiet corner of the fleet, Admiral Cole studies the reports. He sees the number of casualties and the destruction left behind. He knows the Council will not stay silent for long. They will answer with everything they have. He sends a private message to the President. Victory feels good, but the storm has only started. Meanwhile, inside the Celestial Hall, panic grows. The Council members shout at each other. Some demand immediate retaliation. Others call for peace. Chairman Valor slams his hand on the table and shouts that the humans must be destroyed. He orders all Council fleets to prepare for war. But Elder Kieran sits quietly. He watches the chaos and says in a low voice that the humans have only shown a glimpse of their strength. He warns that the Council has no idea what is coming. In human space, the fleet regroups near a red dwarf star. Ships repair, resupply, and prepare for the next move. Captain Cross walks through the command deck of Titanus. He watches soldiers patching armor and engineers checking weapons. They are tired but focused. Each one carries the memory of Mars and the lost colonies in their hearts. Titanus suddenly speaks again. Incoming transmission from an unknown source. The signal is weak, filled with static. When it clears, a face appears. It is an alien officer, wounded and bleeding. He is from the Delta Prime station. He says he wants to talk. Cross listens as the alien confesses. He says the Council planned everything. They wanted to erase humanity because they feared them. He says there are secret Council projects that go beyond weapons. Something darker. Before he can finish, the signal dies. Cross orders his crew to trace the source. Titanus responds that the signal came from a nearby moon. A small escape pod is detected. Rescue teams move fast. When they reach the pod, they find only wreckage. Inside, they recover a data chip. Titanus analyzes it and finds coordinates to a secret Council facility deep within unknown space. The file is marked with a single name, Project Eclipse. Cross takes the chip to the command room. He sends the data to the Earth Defense Command. Within minutes, the President and the Admirals are on screen. The data reveals that the Council has been building something massive, something powerful enough to destroy entire planets. The mood changes from triumph to silence. The President gives one order. Find it before they use it. Titanus sets a new course. The fleet turns toward the edge of known space. The soldiers prepare again. Their eyes are cold. They know the next target will be harder, deeper, and far more dangerous. As the fleet moves into the dark, Admiral Cole watches the stars from his ship. He whispers to himself that the first blow was just the beginning. The real war is about to start. In the distance, far beyond human senses, the Council's remaining fleets begin to gather. Massive ships line up in formation. Their weapons glow with energy. The Council prepares its counterattack. The galaxy is now divided. One side fights for control. The other fights for survival. The humans have drawn blood, and the Council is ready to strike back. The human fleet moves deeper into Council space. The stars around them glow cold and distant. The ships fly in silence, carrying the memory of the destroyed colonies and the fire of revenge. Every soldier knows the mission. Find the secret project. Stop it before it destroys more worlds. Titanus leads the formation with calm precision. Its AI watches every movement, every signal, and every whisper from the void. Captain Aiden Cross stands at the center of the command deck, reviewing the new data. The coordinates found in the Delta Prime wreck lead to a dark region of space called Sector 19. No one has ever returned from there. Before they begin the jump, a message comes from Earth. It is from the President. She orders the fleet to hold position. She says a group of diplomats is trying to contact the Council to avoid a total galactic war. Some of the human leaders still believe peace is possible. Cross listens, but does not answer. The soldiers around him stay silent. They all know the Council will not talk. Far away, in the Celestial Hall, the Council meets again. Chairman Valor stands before the others with a cold smile. He announces that the Council has received the human request for peace. The members nod, pretending to discuss terms. But behind the scenes, they are already preparing something else. They will use this meeting as a trap. The diplomats will come unarmed. The Council will destroy them in front of the galaxy. It will be a message that no one challenges the rule of the Council. Elder Kieran tries to stop the plan. He says killing unarmed envoys is not strength but cowardice. He warns Valar that such an act will bring endless war. Valar ignores him. He says mercy is weakness and fear keeps order. The decision is made. The Council sets the trap. Back on Earth, 5 ships leave for the peace mission. They carry ambassadors, scientists, and peacekeepers. They believe they are saving humanity from destruction. People watch their launch with hope. The President watches too, her face calm but heavy. She knows the risk, but chooses to trust in diplomacy. Days later, the peace fleet reaches Council space. They send a message requesting safe passage. The Council answers with friendly words and false smiles. They promise open talks and cooperation. The human ships follow the guide beacons to a large station near the Council homeworld. When they arrive, everything seems quiet. Then the trap closes. Without warning, the station's guns open fire. The first human ship is torn apart. The others try to escape, but the Council warships surround them. Explosions fill the sky. The communication channels fill with screams and static. Within minutes, the entire peace fleet is gone. The Council broadcasts the destruction across the galaxy. They call the humans invaders and claim the diplomats were spies. The images of burning ships spread everywhere. On Earth, people watch in shock and rage. The President slams her hand on the table and orders every fleet to prepare for full war. In the military bases, soldiers paint red marks on their armor. They call it the Mark of Vengeance. The symbol spreads fast. Every pilot, marine, and engineer wears it with pride. The red mark becomes the sign of fury and justice. Captain Cross receives the news aboard Titanus. He stands silent for a long time. Then he gives one command. We go to Sector 19, no more waiting. Titanus confirms the order, and the fleet jumps into hyperspace. As they travel, Admiral Cole speaks with the President through a secure line. He says they can no longer trust the Council or even some of their own leaders who believed in peace. He suspects that someone inside Earth Command may have helped the Council find the diplomats. The President listens carefully. Her face shows no emotion. She says she will investigate. Meanwhile, Titanus detects strange signals in Sector 19. The system is filled with debris and radiation. The fleet slows down. Then they see it. A massive structure floats near a dead planet. It looks like a weapon. The same name appears on the screen again. Project Eclipse. Before they can approach, the sensors pick up multiple Council fleets heading their way. Thousands of ships. The trap is already set. Captain Cross orders the fleet into defensive formation. The battle begins instantly. Human ships move with perfect coordination. Their weapons burn through enemy lines. Titanus fires its main cannon, splitting ships in half. The space around them becomes a field of fire and metal. But the enemy numbers keep growing. For every Council ship destroyed, 3 more appear. Then, during the battle, Titanus detects a hidden transmission coming from one of the human ships. Someone inside the fleet is sending information to the Council. The betrayal is not only from the outside, but from within. Cross orders the AI to trace the source. The result shocks everyone. The signal comes from the command ship Horizon, led by Admiral Juno. Juno was one of the officers who supported the peace talks. She believed war would end humanity. Now she is working with the Council, trying to stop the attack by feeding them human coordinates. Cross contacts her ship directly. His voice is cold. He asks why she did it. Juno answers that humanity cannot win against the galaxy. She says surrender is the only way to survive. Cross tells her that survival without honor is not life. Then he ends the call and gives the order. The Horizon is declared compromised. Titanus locks on and fires a single shot. The traitor's ship explodes in silence. The battle continues for hours. The human fleet fights with unmatched fury. When it ends, only a few Council ships escape. The rest are destroyed. The humans stand victorious again, but the cost is high. Dozens of their own ships are gone. Titanus reports heavy damage, but still operational. Captain Cross watches the wreckage drift through space. He says quietly that the betrayal will never be forgotten. Titanus answers with a deep voice. Betrayal makes us stronger. Fury gives us purpose. As the fleet moves toward the remains of Project Eclipse, the humans know the real fight is still ahead. The Council has shown its cruelty, and now the humans will show their resolve. The war is no longer about revenge. It is about survival. The galaxy has turned into a battlefield, and the fury of humanity is only growing. The wreckage of the Council fleets drifts silently across Sector 19. Broken ships float through the dark, their lights fading one by one. The human fleet moves among the remains, searching for answers. Titanus scans the area carefully, its sensors reaching far into the void. Captain Aiden Cross stands on the bridge, watching the holographic display. The map shows a massive structure near the remains of a dead planet. It is larger than any station ever built. The data from the captured chip was true. Project Eclipse is real. Titanus reports strange energy readings coming from the structure. The AI says the power output is strong enough to destroy a planet in a single shot. Cross listens in silence. His crew waits for orders. Then he says one thing. "We are going in." The human fleet moves closer. Their ships fly through clouds of debris and radiation. The surface of the dead planet glows with scars of old battles. At the center of the system stands the Eclipse weapon, a black ring surrounded by thousands of energy cores. It looks like a giant eye staring into the universe. Inside the weapon, hundreds of Council engineers work in panic. The attack on Sector 19 has delayed their plans, but the weapon is almost ready. Chairman Vala contacts the lead engineer. He demands results. The engineer answers that the weapon will fire within one rotation. Vala orders him to target Earth first. He wants to end humanity with a single shot. Back on Titanus, the AI intercepts part of the transmission. It cannot decode the entire message, but it captures one line. Target locked on Sol system. Cross realizes that the Council plans to destroy Earth. He orders immediate assault preparation. There is no time to wait for reinforcements. The President receives the message from Cross. She knows there is no choice. She authorizes the attack and tells him that all of humanity stands with him. Her voice is steady, but her eyes show fear. If they fail, Earth will burn. A special strike team is formed aboard Titanus. It's led by Captain Nova, a soldier known for impossible missions. Her team includes engineers, pilots, and AI specialists. Their goal is simple but deadly. Infiltrate the Eclipse weapon and destroy its power core from inside. Titanus brings the fleet into battle position. Thousands of ships spread across the system, blocking every escape route. The AI coordinates every move with machine precision. When the signal is given, the humans attack. The Eclipse weapon responds instantly. Massive beams of light burst from its outer ring, cutting through the void. Entire squadrons vanish in seconds. The sky turns into fire. Titanus takes several hits but holds steady. Its armor burns, but the AI remains calm. Shields at 60%. Target remains active. Captain Cross orders Nova's team to launch. Small stealth ships break away from the fleet and dive toward the weapon. They move through the chaos like shadows. The enemy sensors are focused on the main fleet, so the team slips through unnoticed. Inside the Eclipse station, the team lands in a dark hangar. The air smells of metal and smoke. Nova leads the way, her weapon ready. The corridors are filled with strange machinery and alien symbols. Every step they take brings them closer to the heart of the weapon. Back in space, the battle grows worse. Human ships fall one after another. The Council has brought reinforcements from nearby sectors. The AI of Titanus tracks every loss but keeps the fleet fighting. Hold the line, Cross orders. Give Nova time. Inside the station, Nova's team reaches the central chamber. A huge crystal core pulses with blue energy. It glows brighter than a star. The engineers realize the weapon draws power from captured suns. The energy of entire stars is trapped inside it. Nova calls Titanus. We found the core. Preparing charges now. As they begin planting explosives, Titanus detects a new signal. The Council fleet is pulling back. For a moment, everyone thinks they are retreating, but Titanus calculates the pattern and warns the captain. They are preparing to fire the weapon. Cross contacts Nova immediately. You have 5 minutes. The weapon is charging. Nova and her team work fast. They connect the charges and set the timer. But suddenly alarms fill the chamber. Council soldiers flood in. Blaster fire lights up the room. The team fights back, holding the line while Nova runs to the control panel. She connects her wrist device to the system and starts hacking. What she finds freezes her blood. The data inside the system shows that the weapon was built using human technology. The designs, the power systems, even the energy stabilizers came from Earth. The Council had stolen human research years ago. Humanity built its own destroyer without knowing it. Nova sends the files to Titanus. The AI confirms the truth. Weapon origin confirmed. Technology classified as human. Design stolen from the Titanus prototype project. Crossfield's rage rise inside him. The Council not only attacked their people, but used their creations to do it. He orders Titanus to prepare the main cannon. If they built this using our power, then we will destroy it with our fury. Inside the station, Nova finishes her task. The charges are armed. The countdown begins. The team runs for their shuttle, but the explosions start early. The shockwave throws them across the corridor. Nova's voice crackles through the comms. Mission complete. Tell Earth we stopped it. Titanus detects the signal and locks onto Nova's ship. It activates its shield and opens a portal for evacuation, but only fragments of her shuttle appear on the sensors. Cross watches the screen in silence. The weapon begins to collapse. The Eclipse weapon explodes in a burst of light. The entire system shakes. The dead planet below breaks apart. The shockwave spreads across space like a wave of fire. When the light fades, nothing remains but dust and silence. Titanus floats at the center of the storm, its armor scorched and its systems damaged. The AI reports, "Weapon destroyed. Mission success." Cross looks at the dark screen where Nova's signal once appeared. He whispers, "You stopped the gods." Across the galaxy, the Council watches the destruction in disbelief. Their ultimate weapon, their symbol of power, is gone. Bela screams in anger and fear. Elder Kiran closes his eyes and says the words that echo through the chamber. "When the gods fall, the mortals rise." The humans have destroyed the weapon of the gods, but in doing so, they have shown the galaxy that they are no longer just another race. They are a force that cannot be ignored. And deep inside Titanus, the AI speaks one final line to Captain Cross. "Humanity has fury. And fury is eternal. The destruction of the Eclipse weapon shakes the galaxy. For the first time in centuries, the Council knows fear. Their secret weapon, their pride, and their shield are gone. The broadcast of the explosion spreads to every system. Billions watch as the humans rise from the fire. On Earth, the people mourn the loss of Captain Nova and her team, but their sacrifice becomes a symbol. Statues are built, flags are raised, and every screen repeats her final message. "Tell Earth we stopped it." Those words ignite something deep within every human heart. The age of fear is over. The age of fury begins. In orbit around Earth, the shipyards never sleep. Factories produce new weapons faster than ever. The fleets grow each day. Old warships are reborn. New AI systems are installed. Titanus becomes the command core of the entire human armada. Its AI connects to every ship, every drone, and every pilot. Humanity stands united under one voice. The President speaks before the Global Assembly. Her voice carries across every colony and outpost. She says humanity will not rest until the Council answers for every life they took. She says peace will come only when justice is done. The people cheer. Across the stars, human fleets move into position. In the Celestial Hall, the Council is in chaos. Chairman Valor rages at his generals. He demands they rebuild the fleets and strike Earth before it is too late. Elder Kiran warns that the humans are not the same as before. He says they now fight with the strength of belief, not only with weapons. Valar ignores him again. He orders every Council world to send ships for a final assault, but before they can move, the humans strike first. Titanus leads a massive fleet of 5,000 ships into Council territory. They move through the darkness like a wave of light. Every system they enter falls within hours. Human marines land on council stations and raise the flag of Earth. They free enslaved species and destroy the council's control centers. Captain Aidan Cross commands from the bridge of Titanus. His face is calm, but his voice carries steel. No mercy for tyrants. No retreat. The AI responds in perfect rhythm. Acknowledged. Fury engaged. The battles are brutal. The humans fight with a precision no one has seen before. Every move is calculated. Every loss is avenged. The council fleets try to form defense lines, but they break under the storm. Planets that once belonged to the council now stand with humanity. The oppressed races join the fight. The galaxy begins to change. During the campaign, Titanus intercepts a secret council transmission. It reveals that Valar has retreated to the core world of Serakar Prime, where the last council fortress stands. That is where the war will end. The human fleet gathers near a red nebula at the edge of the Serakar system. Thousands of ships stand ready. The stars glow behind them like a burning sea. The president appears on every ship's screen. Her speech is short and clear. She says the council tried to erase humanity from existence, but failed. She says today they fight not for revenge, but for the right to live free. Her final words echo through every speaker. Show them what it means to be human. Titanus opens a channel to the fleet. The AI's voice is steady and cold. Target locked. Operation Fury begins. The human armada moves. The space between stars lights up with engines and weapons fire. The Council's final fleet stands waiting near Serakar Prime. Their ships are huge and heavily armed. They have home advantage, but the humans no longer care. They charge forward like a storm. The first contact is violent. The sky turns into a field of fire. Beams and missiles cross in every direction. Council ships explode in chains of light. Human destroyers break through enemy lines and tear them apart from inside. The sound of war fills every comm channel. Pilots scream orders, ships report damage, and Titanus commands it all with calm control. In the middle of the chaos, Captain Cross stands at the front of the bridge. He watches the enemy capital ship on the display. He knows Valor is on that vessel. He orders Titanus to move forward. The AI obeys. Target locked. Distance closing. The two largest ships in the galaxy face each other. The Council ship fires first. Titanus shakes under the impact, but its shields hold. Cross gives the order to return fire. The main cannon of Titanus charges, glowing with blue light. The AI counts down. When it fires, the beam cuts through the darkness and hits the Council flagship directly. The explosion blinds the entire battlefield. When the light fades, the enemy ship is broken apart. Valar's command signal vanishes. The Council fleet begins to fall apart. Some surrender, some flee, and others fight to the end. The Battle of Serakar Prime is over. Silence fills the comms. For a moment, no one speaks. Then Titanus sends a message to every ship. Enemy command eliminated. Humanity stands victorious. Cheers erupt across the fleet. On Earth, people cry and celebrate. After years of pain and loss, the war is ending. But Captain Cross does not smile. He looks at the burning world below and feels only sadness. Too many lives are gone on both sides. He orders rescue ships to help survivors, human or alien. He says the war may be won, but peace must be earned. Elder Kieran watches the destruction of Serakar Prime from a hidden base. He whispers that Valar's arrogance has ended an empire, and humanity's fury has reshaped the galaxy. As the fleet returns home, Titanus broadcasts one final message to all systems. The fury of humanity has ended the age of fear. The Council is no more. But remember this, peace exists only when justice stands strong. The galaxy listens. Some races cheer for the humans, others fear them, but all of them now understand. The humans are not just survivors. They are a storm that no one can control. The fires of war begin to fade, but the echoes remain. Humanity has shown what happens when the Council crosses the line, and the stars will remember their fury forever. The war is over, but the silence that follows feels heavier than battle. Across the stars, the wrecks of ships drift in cold space. Fires still burn on broken worlds. The humans have won, but the cost of victory lies everywhere. On the bridge of Titanus, Captain Aiden Cross looks out at the stars. The light of Serakar Prime fades behind him. The AI reports that the last Council fleet has surrendered. The galaxy is quiet, but the captain's eyes hold no pride, only exhaustion. He whispers that peace should not look like this. Titanus scans the nearby systems. Thousands of distress signals come from ruined colonies. The AI asks if they should send help. Cross answers without hesitation, yes to all of them. Enemy or ally, no one gets left behind. The human fleet begins rescue operations. Medical ships travel to every battlefield. Soldiers carry food, water, and medicine instead of weapons. For the first time, humans and aliens work side by side without fear. On the planets once ruled by the Council, people raise new flags and speak new words. They call it the Dawn Alliance. Earth becomes the center of this new order. The President addresses the entire galaxy from the United Nations orbital station. She says the war is done, but the memory must stay. She says strength means nothing without mercy, and victory means nothing without compassion. Her message spreads far beyond the human colonies. Even the former enemies listen. In the hidden corners of the galaxy, some Council survivors still dream of revenge. They whisper that humanity has taken too much power. But others believe humanity has earned its place among the stars. Titanus is now the symbol of peace. The great warship that once destroyed fleets now guards convoys and helps rebuild shattered worlds. Its AI speaks softly to those who visit. It tells them stories of bravery, sacrifice, and hope. It tells them about Captain Nova, whose courage lit the path to freedom. Captain Cross visits her memorial every week. The statue stands in the main hall of Titanus. Her last words are engraved in metal. "Tell Earth we stopped it." Cross stands there in silence. He remembers her voice, her strength, and her sacrifice. The AI senses his thoughts and says, "Her mission continues, Captain." "Humanity still stands," he nods. "Yes, but standing is not enough. We must learn to be better." One day, Titanus receives a message from Elder Kieran, one of the last surviving Council members. The old alien asks for a meeting. Many officers object, fearing a trap, but Cross agrees. He says peace requires trust. Titanus travels to a neutral station near the edge of the galaxy. When they meet, Kieran bows deeply. He says he has come not to fight, but to confess. He tells Cross that before the war, there were Council members who wanted peace with humanity. They warned that the Council's arrogance would destroy them all, but no one listened. Kieran gives Cross a small data crystal. It holds the entire record of the Council's crimes, secrets, and betrayals. Cross accepts it silently. Kieran says he's tired of endless wars. He says maybe humans can succeed where his kind failed. Then he leaves, walking alone into the stars. Back on Earth, the data from Kieran helps uncover how deeply the old system was corrupted. Many species join the new alliance willingly. Others choose isolation. But the galaxy begins to heal. Slowly, the wounds of war close. Titanus becomes the heart of a new fleet called the Guardians. These ships do not conquer. They protect. Their mission is to keep balance across the stars. Captain Cross trains new officers, teaching them that fury must always serve justice, never pride. Years pass. Children on distant worlds learn about the war as history. They learn that once, the Council crossed the line, and humanity answered with fury. They learn that even in darkness, courage can bring light. One evening, Titanus orbits above a peaceful blue planet. The AI speaks to Cross quietly. "Captain, our systems are fully restored. Shall we return to Earth?" Cross smiles faintly. "No, set a course for the frontier. There will always be someone who needs help." The AI replies, "Understood." Beginning new patrol. The engines of Titanus ignite, and the great ship moves once again into the endless night. Behind it, the stars shimmer like candles of hope. On Earth, in a quiet memorial garden, the names of the fallen glow under the sky. Children place flowers and say thank you to the heroes they never met. Among those names is Nova, the one who gave everything to save them all. And across the galaxy, the legend of humanity spreads. Stories tell of the time when mortals stood against gods and won. They say the humans do not seek war, but when forced, they fight with the strength of 1,000 worlds. The Council once ruled the stars, but now the stars belong to everyone. Humanity has changed the course of history as Titanus disappears into the horizon of space. The AI speaks one last line, its voice calm and proud. Humanity rose from ashes, carried by fury, guided by hope, and forged in unity. The stars remember. The galaxy endures, and peace begins anew. The engines fade into the distance. The war is gone, but the legacy remains, because when the Council crossed the line, humanity answered with fury. And that fury built a new dawn for all.